Welcome back, Nick Lenz. Comic Corner, Classic Size Non-Classic. This episode 987 and Doubleshot number 881. I got one Marvel trade and one DC trade. First up is the Marvel trade. This is Captain America and Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers. This collects the 4-issue miniseries by Reginald Holland, plus the first issue of Rise of the Black Panther. This miniseries kind of takes place after issue 2 of Captain America Comics, because, well, Captain America still has the square shield, and this is like giving him, like, of course, this miniseries giving the idea of his round shield. Basically put, the whole point of the series is this: Adolf Hitler wants some vibranium, so he sends the Red Skull and Baron Wolfgang von Strucker and a bunch of, and they also send the Master Woman and basically. They also send Warrior Woman and Master Man to this particular country. So, the U.S. decided to send Captain America, and along with Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. There are only about 3 of them. Basically, just Nick Fury, Dum Dum Dugan, and Gabe Jones. They're the only ones who sent. So they go to Wakanda. So, and of course, Black Captain America has got a fight with T'Challa's, I think this is supposed to be his grandfather, in World War II. Reginald Holland, at the time this miniseries came out, he was also fighting the Black Panther title. Reginald Holland, it doesn't know who he is. I mean, yeah, he's a writer, obviously, but he's also a director. At one point, he was put in charge of the BET channel. It's a show for, basically, black entertainment. That's simply put what he was. And he adapted the first arc he did for Black Panther as part of a motion comic series he did for the channel. Yep. Now, this miniseries was released in... I can find the date here. It doesn't say. Yeah, I have to look it up later, but yeah. Those of you curious about Captain America, they don't show it here, but they do show, like, inside. You can't see his neck very well on the cover, but yeah. Captain America's costume looks a little different than you normally look at it. But one thing, his mask is a little different, and it's like his whole neck is exposed. Yeah, this is before he updated his costume. Yeah, this is simply his first costume he had as Captain America. Yep. So they go to Wakanda. Of course, Captain America gets a fight with this Black Panther, not T'Challa. This is his grandfather. They mentioned T'Chaka in here, but this is before he became the father of the current Black Panther. Yep. And of course, they basically, good development, of course, this miniseries, them basically get along together, and the fact they actually, basically they get along, become good friends. Gabe Jones at one point actually was offered to stay in Wakanda, but he declined because, didn't want to stay in paradise. And of course, at one point, toward the end of it, the Black Panther decides to kill Master Man and he basically took out Master Man and Warrior Woman. Yep. But before this, there's this really weird scene of Master Man and Warrior Woman interrogating a bunch of soldiers, Wakandan soldiers. One of whom decides to put blood on her, and so Master Man gets upset, beats the crap out of the guy, and then he sticks this guy called Tiger on him. This guy with no arms, who's a freaking cannibal. Okay. Fine. Yeah, and Cap also gets his hands on a circular shield, though it's made of wood, and that gives me an idea. Later on, once the miniseries concluded, that maybe I should basically make a circular shield. And of course, it takes a vibranium to make that happen, and of course, upgrade to his costume, like maybe get some neck protection. Yeah, basically it's chainmail that protects his neck. Yeah. This, of course, is a really good miniseries. I highly recommend if you're fans of Captain America and the Black Panther. Yep. Really good miniseries. Gives book a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. Rise of Black Panther. I can't much talk about it because, it's only just the first issue. The artwork in here is done by Dennis Cohen. He does all 4 issues. The cover art for all 4 issues. The first 2 is done by Dennis Cohen, who basically does all 4. The first 2, he does it with Claus Johnson, Dean White. 3 and 4 is with Cedric Flora and Pete Palaces, I think you pronounce it, yeah. Really good. Next up is Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Omnibus Volume 1, collecting the original 7-issue miniseries from 1987 and the first 8 issues from 2004 relaunch series. Yeah, the whole thing with the Tales of the Ninja Turtles, it basically tells stories outside of the main book. Yeah, the first issue has the introduction of Casey Jones' cousin, Sid Jones. And it's mentioned it takes place during issue 11 of the series. Yep. And they're looking for buried treasure. Oh, I should point out, though, the entire 4-issue miniseries from the entire miniseries, all 7 issues are drawn by Jim Lawson. Yep. Jim Lawson also takes up the writing duties for issue 4 and 5. While the first 3 issues are written by Kevin East and Peter Laird, Jim Lawson takes over for about a couple issues, and then you have Ryan Brown issues 5 and 6. 6 is by himself, and Peter Laird issue 7. The second series is done by, Steve Murphy, who does the first 2 issues, with Jim Lawson the artwork for the second one. The third and fourth issue is done by Steve Murphy and Rick Remender. Yes, Rick Remender. Jim Lawson issue 5. Steve Murphy does issue 6 and 7. Peter Laird does issue 8. Eric Talbot co-writes issue 7 with Steve Murphy. Dan Badger does issue number 8. Yep. The second issue, I just went out the covers for this series look like this. Yeah. And also, unlike the Teenage Mutant Turtles series, this is actually in color. Yes, it's in color. The whole point of the first one is that, there's supposedly buried treasure on the property, so they assume it's there, but nope. The grandmother gave it away for donation. The second issue takes place after the events of issue 17. That's what it says in here. Yeah. Some of these books basically will say when they take place. Yep. This issue basically has Turtles Hate with this guy who looks like he's ripoff of the Black Panther. They don't... Weird thing is, he does not say who this guy... He does not say his name. The whole issue. I read the whole thing. No idea who this character is. Nope. Yeah. Issue 3 has, this is basically... Does not say when this takes place, this one. No, it's just basically just a standalone issue. It just basically deals with various creatures. Kind of like a Halloween issue. Yeah, with basically one guy driven crazy because of the events of this issue. Oh yes, issue 4. The debut of a character who has appeared in all 3 TMNT shows. I don't know if he appeared in Rise TMNT. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rat King. Yes, a character created by Jim Lawson. He wrote and drew this issue himself. Yeah, how he died is simply how he died in the 2003 series. Fall into a smokestack. Yep. Yeah, pretty much they adapted this whole issue for that one episode. It's a really good issue. I had this suspicious feeling that the Rat King is a ripoff of the Rat Catcher from DC Comics. There's another character who's a DC character in here as well. Then there's issue 5, which is basically just a superhero issue. Really fun little issue. Yeah, about a female superhero with another character. Now, issue number 6. The debut of Leatherhead, which I think, despite the fact Ryan Coogler basically is also credited for, I think Jim Lawson created this character too. Yeah, Leatherhead doesn't know who this character is. Of course, he's appeared on all 3 shows. He's basically sort of like an enemy/ally of the Turtles. Yeah, he simply put a talking alligator who was brought to life very similarly to how the Turtles returned to basically where they are. Yeah, and Pence on the point of he's appeared a couple times. He appeared in one issue of this series, and he appeared in an issue of the following series as well. Yep. It's just a good issue, basically, for his debut. He looks a lot different than he does nowadays. Because nowadays he wears pants. The last issue is basically the character Renette. Yeah, this is the way she looked back in the original series. Yeah, she only appeared on the 2003 show, and she appeared in 2012. Yep. By the way, these covers are really good. It's all 80s style painted covers. I love these things. Yeah, just another time travel story. Yeah, this is the first appearance issue number 8 of the original TMNT series, which is in trade. Yep, and then she appeared like one other time after this, and that was it in the original series. At this, in comics, she never appeared again until the TMNT annual for the IDW comic. That's when she finally returned. Yeah, the Richard 80 series is really good and classic. Now, the following issues basically are various different stories. There's one issue we have this kid who counts one of the turtles, I think it's Raphael when he was younger. When he grows up, he gets married, then his wife gets killed by some random guy, and apparently, the way the cops are written here, they're being so stupid they couldn't bother to investigate, so they just called the case closed, despite the fact they never caught the guy. So the guy quits the police force, becomes a member of the Team Silver Turtle, kills the guy who killed his own wife, and it's like, yeah, vengeance snapping, basically a path to go upon, is a very bad thing. And he's like, really? Didn't you kill Oroku Saki, the one who killed your master? Yeah, a callback to issue 1 of the series. That goes nowhere. A lot of the other issues are just really good as well. But this is a really good set of stories. We have fans of Turtles. I do recommend this. Yeah, I got this from Amazon for like $18. And it's really, really good. I love this thing. I give this book roughly a 10 out of 10 because it's just pure classic stuff. Well, mainly the 87 series is like really good. Yeah. Though it's interesting though that the first 3 issues done by the creators of Turtles, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. And then Jim Lawson took over for a few issues. I'm gonna give this Jim Lawson sign when I go to Comic-Con next month because, well, he did write and draw some of these issues in here, so not a bad idea. Okay. Excuse me. When I get more issues of this series, when I get more trades of this, maybe it depends upon if I, well, find basically this at Comic-Con. Yep. And I found this at Barnes & Noble. I did find Volume 2 of the TMNT Ultimate Collection. I might find that when I go to Comic-Con next month. But yeah, all depends on what I get at Comic-Con. Yep, it all depends, okay? So yeah, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned next for my review of the next James Bond film. Okay? But this next review. Bye.